Hi YouTube. We're gonna do what we normally do when a new patch rolls out. We're gonna sit down, read through it together. I'll give my take on things, and I'll complain if anything deserves to be complained about. But most of the time, I like all the patch notes, and I usually have nothing but good things to say. But this time, I'm gonna do nothing but say negative things. No, I'm kidding. Let's take a look at what they added together. They added Matka Meist, which is the new map that we've been waiting for so long. I'm so excited for this. Dude, we've been playing Island and Silo for like 6 months now, 5.5 months. And I love the maps, but man, it would be so nice to have more variety. So we finally get the new map. I really don't know much about it. So we're gonna experience it raw in Raid and take a look at it. But it looks to be kind of dimmer, like moonlit, kind of nightish style of a map in a city. We'll have to see how many buildings are enterable and how large the map actually is. But from the small things I've heard about, it looks very, very cool. So I'm very excited to try that. We can add a third map to our rotation finally. Technically a fourth if you count Nighttime Island. They added a Terran Tactical JW3 downloadable content. So this is a bunch of skins and things like that for guns. Damn, okay, no buildings to enter. There's literally none. Oh, we'll look at it. Maybe it's fine that there's none. I need to take a look at it. They added their first downloadable content patch. It should just be, chat, correct me, it's new guns. It's not skins, it's new guns. Well, what does that mean? Like, just the people who buy the downloadable content can get access to those guns? Or is it just like, you just get handed the guns and anybody can buy them in the shop or find them in Raid? How does it work? You can't buy them from the store? I don't know if I like that, chat. How many new guns are there? Let me bring up the page that talks about what's all in that content. Okay, so there's a Benelli M2, a custom 12-gauge semi-automatic tube-fed shotgun from Terran Tactical. That's getting added. A Sig Sauer MPX. Very cool. It's a custom 9x19 SMG. And then a Glock G34. There's a Colt 2011. And there's a Wakizashi, a Japanese short sword. So here's my one kind of worry here. I don't want anybody to be able to buy power, right? I think we've all kind of agreed across gaming that, like, and it's only $4, so it's not like this terribly large price point where it's like gatekeeping a bunch of people. Pretty much anybody has access to get it. We're talking about like buying a single Taco Supreme from Taco Bell will get you this downloadable content patch. So it's nothing crazy expensive, so take what I'm about to say knowing that the price is really low for this. But let's say, for whatever weird reason, there is a gun, let's say it's the Sig Sauer or the Benelli, that's just incredibly powerful. It's really, really strong. And that you only get access to it and get access to buying it if you get the downloadable content. That wouldn't be good, right? Because then, like, if it's a meta gun, you know, like something as common as like the M4 is, and I don't think the guns in this pack are going to be that. I'm just thinking about the future. I don't necessarily know how I feel about that. And I guess there's that new mask here that you're seeing on the right, but it's only $4, so I can kind of look past it. And also, very early and indie VR game dev companies, which Combat Waffle Studios is one of those, they need an outlet for gaining revenue, because just initial sales isn't going to keep funding the development. So releasing these kind of like downloadable content patches, I just thought we were going to see skins and things like that. It's super important to keep the company afloat financially so that they can keep patching and developing the game. So the mask isn't DLC. Okay, that's good. So I guess this downloadable content pack will grab what you see here. And you heard my thoughts about it before. It does give me that tinge of it's kind of a risky thing, because like Escape from Tarkov has never done anything like that. It's like if you buy like different versions of the game, you just get those guns to start out with, or like a handful of them, but any player, even without it, can buy that stuff from the store. So every loadout is available to every player regardless of what DLC they have or base game they have. And I definitely think that's probably a better way. I know they're just trying to figure out how to monetize though after game sales. I thought just skins would be enough, but this, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. But I digress. They added bleeding mechanics to the game, so when you get shot, it sounds like there's going to be a chance that you're going to get a bleed based off of the caliber that you get shot with. And now you got to carry around bandages. I love this. It's a step deeper into what the game is actually going to be, which right now the game's kind of just like a battle royale with extract looter properties, but it's supposed to be an in-depth like military simulator like survival game, right? Extract looter. So the bleeding mechanics is a good step towards that. So you're going to carry around your bandages to patch up bleeds, or you'll just bleed out and die. Love that. It's going to make naked runs a lot more interesting. And I wonder how often and where bandages are spawning. Because on a naked run, if you happen to get a bleed and you haven't found any bandages, that's it. Even if you win the fight, you're going to bleed out before you get to extract, probably. So I love that. Because we do want to punish naked players, right? Going in naked is way too easy right now. Yeah, it's still hard. It's harder than going in kitted, but you guys see the amount of times, and I know you guys do it as well, chat, that we go into raid naked and come out just fucking stacked. The addition to the bleed is going to make it much more difficult, and different just medical things that you have to worry about, just like Tarkov. So I like that. I think that's good. We want running naked to be an option, but not to be an attractive option for players. So that those of the player base that likes to go in heavily kitted and have fun gunfights in like max tier armor actually get fun gunfights instead of like 80% of the raid being naked dudes running around. You know what I mean? So that should help with that a lot, and I look forward to it. They added 2 bolt actions, a Mosin and an M190A3. I'm excited to try those out. I've always liked bolt actions, and the Mosin is just it's just a monster and a terrible gun at the same time. If you can hit someone with the Mosin, it's going to do a fuck ton of damage if it's anything like IRL. So I'd love to shoot those bolt actions. Be fun. They added insurance. I was so surprised to see this on the patch notes. Insurance systems is now a thing. We'll have to get in game and look exactly how they're implementing it, but I can probably safely guess that it's like Tarkov. So you can decide to pay a bit of a premium, an insurance premium on your gear. And if you happen to die in raid or leave behind some of your items in raid that were insured, as long as another player does not take it out of raid into their own hideout, you will get that stuff back after a certain amount of time passes. This is really good. It's going to start introducing, and I'll teach you a little bit of that now, chat, some advanced insurance fraud tactics. So you insure your gear, and let's say you find really good armor and guns because you killed a kitted player, but you can't take everything out, right? Because your hands are full. You can go hide, or like, you know, your insured items, your gun, your chest rig, your helmet, whatever's insured, or chuck it in the water, like somewhere where people can't get to it, and commit insurance fraud, ensuring that those items can't be taken out, and then you can put the new gear on that you couldn't carry out, get out of raid with all of that stuff, and then after a certain amount of time passes, all of that stuff that you hid that was insured will come back as well. So you can really double dip here and bring back a lot more loot because of this. So take advantage of this, chat. Insure your gear. Yeah, you might die and they'll take it out and you wasted money on insurance, but that's the point of it. As long as you're smart with the insurance, you can really up the amount of money that you're pulling out of raids. Use it. It's important. So they added the weight system as well. I know this got a bunch of flack and people don't want this in the game, etc. But look, like I said before about the bleed, the game's vision and intent, which we're slowly getting into, is a survival extract shooter, a realistic survival extract shooter. It is not realistic to be able to stuff as much shit as you see me stuff in a bag and be able to full sprint at the same rate as if I had an empty backpack. It's not realistic. To wear these insanely heavy max tier with just heavy armor plating in them and big heavy helmets, they're heavy, chat. They have weight when you run around in them. So it's natural to be slower and to be hindered when wearing all of that stuff. And I think that's fine. And you guys will be extra fine with them if you guys are feeling a bit, like, I hate this weight system. This is the first step towards us getting our RPG elements introduced. These are skills that we can level up. And one of those many skills and stats that you're going to be leveling up as you do things in game is going to be strength and endurance. Strength, everybody will all start at level 1 or 0, whatever they start at. And as you do things, as you carry around heavy weight and sprint around and run with heavy weight, you'll level your strength skill a lot faster than if you were running around with lightweight. Okay, so you're leveling up your strength skill, boom, hit level 2, boom, hit level 3, and the higher your strength skill gets, the more weight that you can carry before you start feeling that movement debuff. So we get fun stuff like that to level up and work towards, which will lift some of the base, like, man, I can't carry shit without being slow. You can work towards that and build your character over an extended period of time to be able to handle higher weight loadouts and things like that. So that's very exciting. It's a first step towards that. They added sounds when opening crates and cabinets. This is also very good because it's another sound that just helps you identify if a player is in an area near you. You'll hear the crate opening or the whatever you're happening to open, because as of right now, scavs don't open anything. All you really go off of is footsteps, backpack noises, and, you know, if you hear a gun doing something that's not normal.
I thought the way...
So cool, we get another sound to help identify if players are in the area. So be cautious as well, because you might give your position away when you're opening those crates, so be mindful of that. I really like that. Improve some UI for kiosks. We'll have to take a look at that. Improve throwing mechanics. So another change to the throwing mechanics. We'll have to take a look. And they improve melee mechanics. They've had somebody on the team, I think it's Spoonfed, forgive me if I get that name wrong, who is very talented at making melee mechanics in VR. So I'm hoping this is an implementation of those things, because as we kind of already know, the VR melee system inside Tabor is pretty fucking bad. It's pretty abysmal, all right? We don't need to skirt around it. So excited for that. So great. That's all the big meaty, gritty stuff. There's a bunch of bug fixes. I'm not going to bog you down with these, but we know that backpacks were crashing us a lot and a few other things, and it looks like they have a lot of notes saying they patched things of that nature. I'm going to speed read through this, but you guys can dig through this yourself and check on it. They fixed a crash related to backpacks, gunshots on top of the HLODs. They fix an issue where some players could not loot purple keycard room crates. Index finger fixes, bugs, prevent scrolling from the other hands, volume slider not affecting gun noises, weapon concurrency audio issues, fist bumps would only work for one player sometimes. A player would appear in raid but was not visible to other people. This is when you'd have invisible players running around, etc. Caching issues with armor. So this is that annoying thing, at least it should be, where you'd go and raid with an armor rig, you'd die, you'd come back, and that armor rig was still on the stand as before. And if you didn't realize that, you know, it was a bugged out armor rig, you got it kitted out and brought it in, it would just not be there, and you'd lose that entire kit and have a really good gun with no armor. So that's really good. That was super annoying, so I'm glad they addressed that. Fix some unrealistic ricochets. Fix reflection capture on PC VR. Footsteps positions should be a lot more precise for where they sound for you in game, so you can identify where more accurately where those footsteps are coming from. They fixed the gunshot sound replication at distance. There's a squad issue that they fixed, and they fixed grenade shrapnel going through walls. This would happen to me from time to time. You'd throw a grenade around a corner and you'd be sitting behind a wall and you'd still get killed. They fixed hunger, thirst, damage sounds not playing correctly to nearby players. So now, when your stomach is grumbling and you're fucking coughing because your throat's dry and you're terribly thirsty, that's going to be audible to players nearby you. So keep in mind of that, chat. It's very bad and very identifying to other players of your position if you are running low on food and water. So food and water is much more important for survival now. So a lot of us would just ignore it until we started taking damage. They fixed bullets not penetrating the night vision goggles. So interesting. They're like full fucking unstoppable little meshes over your eyes that would fix you from headshots. They fixed magazine reloading with the wrong ammo type. So this should mean that when we throw our ammo into the ammo loader and there's like some FMJ rounds in there, but we want to top fill it with AP rounds, that should work now. So that's good, because that was very annoying that we couldn't put different ammo types in a single magazine. They tweaked drinking water to make it easier. We'll see about that. They tweaked directional audio for gunshots so we can more identify where things were. Good. They fixed the skeleton mesh. They fixed ragdoll performances, and they optimized loot crate spawns for better performance. Ghost of Tabor, they moved the parking lot. We'll have to see where. So a little bit of a map adjustment. And they fixed AI getting stuck in certain places, optimized colliders on silo, and some culling distances, which should just help with performance and frames overall. In the safe house, they made signs better resolution and got rid of the TV. They also added a new tutorial map and that Ronin helmet. They announced the one-shot energy crew partnership QR code, which I told you guys about today, so you guys can go get your M4 skins. What else? There was a new patch that came in. Updated the 57 model. They added an ammo pouch. Added the ability to grab guns from other players. Tweak will be very happy about that, chat. Tweak will be very happy about that. So we can finally grab guns from other players again off their chests. That's super fun. So they fix LODs and light maps on missile silos, so this just should make things a little bit more optimized. They fixed the new map not showing up on the kiosk. Lol, was that real, chat? They released the new map and it just wasn't available on the kiosk for some people? That is so fucking funny. They released the new map and it wasn't even on the kiosk? That's the nightmare if you're a game developer. I bet Scott was pissed. It was like the biggest piece of content in that patch. And it just wasn't there? Holy shit, that is hella funny. Oh, it's only funny because I'm on the outside looking in. If I was like in the dev company, I would not think it's funny. Oh my god. They fixed the Benelli M2 shotgun reloading. Fixed a crash that was caused from the bleeding system and a crash from the weight system. And it looks like they were back online as of a couple hours ago. So perfect timing for us to jump into stream, chat, and jump in and play. Are you guys ready for Tabor? It's been like 5-6 days since I've been in Tabor. So chat, we gotta warm up. We gotta knock the rust off, and we gotta go play with all this new shit. You guys ready? Thank you all for watching. If you feel the video deserves it, give it a like. Consider subscribing. It means a lot for my small channel. Also, I do a lot of live streaming on twitch.tv. The link will be in the description below. That's all for today. Expect more Ghost of Tabor content. And until then, I'll see you in the field.